Hey, thanks for clicking. If you clicked, you probably are like me, a mental health professional who's also an intersectional human and are burnt out. You're trapped in what I like to call the debt to dungeon pipeline. Similarly to the school to prison pipeline, you feel like you have debt from graduate school. You didn't have a trust fund to rely on. You're stuck in a job that pays you just enough to get by, but not enough to get out of debt. And then you're also dealing with highly traumatized clients because you have a need to serve. You have a big heart. You got into this profession because you want to help people have better lives and have better experiences. But somehow you're feeling like you're getting the message that you have to sacrifice your happiness, your financial freedom in order for other people to get better. And so what that means is we're watching other people's lives get better because of the work we're doing, but ours is getting slowed down. And then we're also getting vicariously traumatized, and we don't have enough resources to take care of ourselves. Most of us can't afford our own therapist, which is very ironic. And if you're an intersectional mental health professional like I am, especially in the Denver Boulder metro area, you're often the only person of color or the only queer person in the room. And then you're also feeling isolated because while your peers who are white or straight or neurotypical are bonding with each other over the trauma of workplace, and you're getting isolated. So you're getting less and less resource, and you're probably getting rewarded for your competence with higher acuity clients. I got to a place where I would cry every Monday morning because it took all weekend to find myself again, to feel like myself again. And then I was like, oh no, I have to go back to that place and do this again. And even though I was so committed to the mission and the people I was helping, I couldn't do it anymore. And so I finally said, you know what, I don't care if I have to work at Whole Foods or something else, because life can't be this hard. And I wound up actually giving 6 weeks notice before I even had another job. And within a week, I wound up finding a better job. But it was another kind of agency kerfuffle. And I finally got to a place where I was like, I cannot have another boss that doesn't understand my work or what I do or show up for our appointments. And at that point I said, you know what, no more. I got to a place where, as much as business has always seemed smarmy to me and always felt like something I knew nothing about, I was willing to trust that I was able to figure out how to make money and business work than to put up with yet another boss that doesn't understand me, another boss that was dropping the ball or didn't want to give me credit or undervalued me. And I made the leap. I actually got to the point where I thought I didn't want to be a therapist anymore because I was so burnt out on being undervalued and underpaid. And I wound up in the pandemic and realizing there are people like me who are queer, who are BIPOC, who need therapy and are getting microarrested by their therapist and trying to have a therapist that understood them. And I knew that there was a need. I set up my private practice. I took a couple of business trainings. And within 2 years, I was making 6 figures, working 20 hours a week, serving exactly who I wanted to serve. I love waking up and seeing all my clients. I don't feel like I'm working. I get to set my terms. I get to set my times. There's not a stupid boss telling me what to do or not do, or that I can't go here, or I can't do that. I get whatever time off I want. I have the money I need, and I feel resourced. I can actually do the things that I want to do and live my life. And I want that for you. I got to a point now where my business is so thriving that I'm creating this second business now to help other mental health therapists, intersectional mental health therapists who are trapped in their jobs and their agencies, feeling undervalued, under-resourced, underpaid. And I want to help you bridge that gap to realize you can wake up and feel amazing about what you do. You can wake up and serve exactly who you want to serve, set your times, change your schedule, whatever you want to do, understand how to get a client, how to keep a client, all the systems, all the things that you don't understand how to do. I've got you. I've got a program that I've built out to show you exactly what you need to do to get on insurance panels, how to set your rates, how to find your ideal client, how to consult with them and get that client in your doors, how to keep your client and keep your practice going busy and strong. If that sounds like you, if you're worried, I don't know how to do this, I don't know how to bridge the gap, I'm worried if I take the leap and make my own business, I won't actually be able to thrive, I won't actually have the money, I'm here to tell you all that's a myth. All of it's possible to wake up, to have the money you need to charge ethical prices that serve you and your clients It's all possible. All you have to do is click that link, get a discovery session. It could be the conversation that changes your life. And I want to make that easier than the road I took.